Good morning. So, first, I'm putting in my headphones so I can hear me. Testing. Yeah, I can hear me. Good. It's 8:06 a.m. on Friday morning, October 23rd. Wow. Yeah, already. So, I'm just warming up my voice. I have to teach in an hour. So, I have had some coffee. I've been up for a bit, but I haven't been upright. But I'm teaching a lot today. And so my voice will, stay on kind of simmer mode over the course of the day. But in the morning, I want to make sure that I'm warmed up for my 9 a.m. student. She's a songwriter, but if I just sit there and sing for an hour with her without warming up, I'm going to feel it. It's not going to feel great. So I just do some casual stuff in the hour or half hour preceding the start of my day, so that way I know how things are operating. So, but feels are great. My shoulders feel tight. So as I do this, I'm probably going to just also work my shoulders out. Yeah. You can join me if you want, or you can just watch me do it. The point is that it's not really formal. It's just a little bit at a time, and because it's casual, I'm actually likely to do this for longer and be more thorough. That's my experience. Um, Sometimes I pay really close attention, and a lot of times I'm just kind of letting myself drift around. So, oh, tight neck. I did a lot of computer work yesterday, so everything is really tight. So I kind of stretch while I'm vocalizing. Ah. Oh, look, there are nail holes up there. I should fill those in. I just noticed. This is a frame of what used to be a closet. So the place where I teach and my studio desk is inside a used to be a closet space. So you can see where they used to have the doors of the closet. Okay. Yay! Yay! But now it has a desk and it has shelves. It's great. So now I feel like I want to stand up. So I'm just going to stand up. Ah! I like making cackly witch sounds. Yeah! They feel great. Nice and bright and brassy. I'm not trying to make anything sound pretty. Ugh, no, no, no. No, not yet. So, mm, mm. The stretching feels so good. I feel like it starts relaxing my throat when I stretch. It's just great. Mm. Pulling sensation feels good in my shoulders. I'll get you, my pretty and little dog, too. Do that all the time. So I figure if nothing else in my day goes right, at least I've made some great cackly sounds. And so something's going to come out. I might be a character voice today, but I find that really relaxing, and it takes some pressure off of having to sound nice. I'll sound nice later on. I mean, I've managed to pull it off before, so I'll probably pull it off this time. But very first ones are the nastiest sounds I can get. And it's really all about loosening up my body and letting my voice do what it wants to do. And it doesn't want to be pretty first thing in the morning. It wants to be growly and grumpy. So I would let it just for a little bit. So I'm doing this early enough in the day that I don't feel pressured to make it sound good. So if I waited to warm up until I say got in front of my voice teacher, I might experience more pressure. And that's going to tighten everything up and make it feel bad. So instead, I do stuff in the morning when it feels really casual, and I kind of get this wonderful gradual warm up going on. Oh, yeah. Ah! Everything on my body feels tight. So, as I warm up my body and kind of just do these little silly stretches, I let my voice kind of do what my body's doing. And I just let it kind of slide wherever it wants to go. Ah! Ah! Whoa! Yeah, there's a piece of my chair. All right. The wheels keep on. They're really heavy rubber wheels, but they're disintegrating. So, oh well. Trash can. I always like doing this stretch. The stretch feels really good to my shoulders. I've gone through a whole bunch of notes. So if I was checking to see what notes I'd gone through, I don't know if you can hear this or not, but yeah. Yeah, now you can. But basically, I don't care. Right now, it's all about, can I make a flow of sound come out of my mouth? And is my body feeling relaxed enough to do it? That's all I'm worried about right now. But I've switched from E to ah. So, from a ah to an ah. Ah, ah, yeah, yeah. Sorry if it's weird that I keep on moving out of the microphone, but I gotta get one of those little lavalier things. So these are my in-ear headphones that are attached to my mixer, and these let me move around a little bit. And then my microphone is on this nice boom, which is great. So, yeah. I'm in my upper range now, just testing it. Not trying to sing any specific notes, just sirens right now. What I am feeling is that I have a nice flow of air going on, and it makes me feel great. So I feel like, oh yeah, that feels wonderful. I could do that for a while. So I'm ending up singing nice long phrases without really thinking about it. Yeah. 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 That feels great. Everything is balanced. So I just did a whole bunch of noisy, loud sounds with sirens. So now I'm doing some closed mouth little chewing sounds in my mid range. So if I was high and going for, long held sounds, now I'm going to do shorter sounds, maybe lower. Just test out the other part of my vocal range and see how that's feeling. My legs always feel tight, so I'm kind of doing all of these little hip things, I think I'm inspired by dancers. I remember being in the lunch line, like in middle school and high school, and you're waiting in the cafeteria line, and you could always tell who the dancers were because they would be standing in line going like this, yeah. And then third period, we were talking about American history, so they were forever like doing stretches and warm ups, or just untensing their muscles while they were just standing in line. And I think about that a lot. And so all day long, I make, little weird sounds. It's my version of that. But I find that it keeps me always kind of vocally flexible, which is nice. So what the dancers did to stay flexible during the day, singers can do that too. And you can do it in a way where people don't end up committing you to an asylum. So you don't have to, you don't have to do that. But when you're in the car, hello, officer. You can rev your engine a little bit. You can talk along with radio voice with your kids. Read all the great parts in the story and make all the character sounds and sing along. with karaoke tracks. So, but try to exaggerate what you do. And all of that kind of keeps you warmed up over the course of the day if you're not having, 5 voice lessons a day like I'm teaching today. So, ah, I did low, now I'm doing high. Aha! 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 Yay! Supposed to be writing in what I'm doing so that way you know where these are. So I did lip trills. Let's see. Sirens, hoops, and hollers. All right. Very scientific. Is there a place for actual, warm ups? Yes, absolutely. So I can switch to one. So I've done this now for 10 minutes where I've done some high, some medium, some low, um, some bright sounds and some dark sounds. So now I can start thinking a little more formally towards, whatever else I need because I feel good. So I can just start pretty again really easy. Ma me me mo moo. That's a fine one to do. Me ma me me mo moo ma me ma moo ma me ma moo ma me moo me ma. I like doing them like a robot sound. Ma ma wa why do one sound? Do them all. See how they feel. So that was an octave. It was D flat to D flat. Like that. So, and what I noticed is, oh, it all feels pretty even. I feel like I can do that on all the different vowels. Ooh, yeah, ooh, oh yeah, it feels okay. Okay, maybe not that one. But the other ones feel okay. So I think, wow, that feels kind of good for 8:18 in the morning that I know I can hit those notes. I could get out my, tuner on my phone and see what pitch I'm actually on. I have perfect pitch, so I know it's on D flat. So yay, that makes me feel great. That's a nice little shot in the arm there to know that that's sounding okay. This is not, working on repertoire or anything, but at this point I could start switching over to singing a few songs if I wanted. I will show you one book I like. Where is it? Ha. If I wanted to do more formal vocal things, this is my favorite book. It's called Vocal Workouts for the Contemporary Singer by Ann Peckham from the Berkeley Press. You can tell my copy is well loved. You can buy it anywhere, and you can get it with a CD in the back, or you can also now you can just download all the exercises to your mobile and play them wherever you are. What's great about this book is that it's not just for contemporary singers, but the workouts are contemporary. They're like little etudes, right? Little studies, little songs. But they sound like pop music. So you're going to start singing that style and it's going to give you a great shot of confidence. And the very first one is what? Lip trills. It sounds like the theme to Jeopardy. Kind of like that. And then as they go on, they have a little, guitar and a drum beat behind them. Oh, I love them. So even if I'm going to go sing at a church on a Sunday morning and I need to be warmed up, I'll often do the first 10 of these in the car on my way there. And I feel completely warmed up when I get there, ready to sing classical music, even though these are the warm-ups, because it's not about the style of the warm-up so much as it is, does it get to the top of your range, the bottom? Can you do bright sounds? Can you do dark sounds? Can you do short sounds? Can you do long sounds? Can you do all the vowels? If you can do that, you're in pretty good shape. So the first 10 I find work really well for me. So if you can pick up a copy of that book, it's a really wonderful one. I get that question a lot. What warm-ups should I do? You need to, in the morning, I like to know, how's my voice doing today? I do that little check-in. It's kind of like just, checking my body, do my legs work? Do my ankles work? Yeah. Okay. Then we're going to have a good day. Right. So do my high notes work? Do my low notes work? Okay. Yeah. We're going to have a good day. If there's something more specific, then when we were going to do warm-ups that are more specific for that. But as a general warm-up in the morning, I use Ann Peckham and I do the kind of things you see me doing here. So when people are asking about what warm-ups should they do, what they really mean is, how do I often what they mean is, how do I get my voice to sing pop music to belt, right? Or how do I solve a vocal problem? So you need warm-ups that help address that. But if you do warm-ups that only address that, you're gonna lose that balance. So, if you want to sing better high notes or stronger high notes, you need to not only work high notes, you need to make sure your low notes are good too, and you need to make sure that you can go between them. If you want to have a stronger belt, you need to not only know how to do that vocally, but you also have to have a strong high range and a strong low range. So do you see how there's a pattern here? Really, you want warm-ups that work out and make sure that you are equally balanced in all those different parts of your voice: high, low, bright, dark, heavy, light. So do a set of warm-ups that make sure you cover all of those. That's this is my daily stuff. I can do it really fast and I can tell really quickly where I am vocally, but it might take you longer. So you could do the first 10 in Ann Peckham's book or the first 20. You will feel warmed up. And some warm ups in her book, they're hard for me and I hate them, but that's because I need them. And so I have to pay extra close attention when I do some of those in there because those are the parts of my voice that I struggle with. So that's great. I'm glad to know that there are warm ups that I can do to make that easier. So, what warm ups should you do? You should start in the morning with ones that work high, low, dark, light, front, back, bright, dark, heavy, light. So work all of the extremes of your range. So I used to tell my students, know the north, south, and east, west of your voice. Then, if you're singing musical theater, you're going to want to do warm ups that prepare you for that. So if you're singing Rodgers and Hammerstein, then you can sing Rodgers and Hammerstein. You can also just start singing the song, right? So you could sing, if you're singing, "Oh, what a beautiful morning," sing "Oh, what a beautiful morning." And or sing something else by Rodgers and Hammerstein. You'll be in the ballpark. If you're singing pop, then get out a karaoke track or put on an album and sing along, right? My poker face, my poker face. I'm sorry, Lady Gaga. I'm sorry. But sing the music you have to sing. And if you run into a trouble spot, then stop and start checking. What would it sound like if I did it high? My poker face, my poker. What if I did it low? My poker face. Is it easier when I try to push the sound towards one of the more extreme areas of my voice? Really bright, my poker face. Really back, my poker face. Really broad and wide, my poker face. What if I try staccato and short and detached? My poker face. Right? You will learn a little more about how is it easier to sing that when you try it in those ways, and that's your warm up. So all of a sudden, oh, when I make it more short and detached, it gets easier to sing. So then you go back and you sing it in the song and you're a little shorter about it. You're probably a little more forward, a little brighter, and all of a sudden it's easier to sing. But what you really did is you were willing to change something about how you sang it. And you had those skills because of your warm up that you were able to make changes in your voice. And so then when it was time to sing, you were able to make changes in your singing as well. That's how I warm up. So I feel pretty good right now. I feel like I could sing classical or I can belt if I have to. And today I get to do both. So I feel like I can demo that safely for me and still sound healthy for a student. And so now I have time to sing what I want to sing for half an hour. So I often will sit there and answer emails and surf and everything. And then I'll have some music going from a Spotify channel of something I'm trying to learn or a song I'm trying to evaluate. And I'll just start messing with that. I have to learn The Moon is a Harsh Mistress. And I want to know it really cold. So I'm listening to that several times a day. And I have a whole Spotify thing of just that song so I can hear everybody else's version and decide kind of a style that I like based on what I hear and what I don't like based on what I hear. So I'm creating my own version. So, and that for me, that song involves singing, legit head sounds, but it also involves singing some belt. So I will use that for the next half hour and I'm going to warm up singing that. So maybe I'll put that on another stream. So that's my warm up. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope that you got to warm up too and you will have a great day.